As you all know, YouTubers get cancelled all the time. And even though we're only a few months into 2021, a few careers have already bit the dust. That's why today I'm going to be breaking down the top 10 YouTubers who destroyed their careers in 2021. I'm Mackenzie, and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. In at number 10, we have David Dobrik. Starting off this list, we have the most obvious person, David Dobrik. David Dobrik might be finished now that he's being accused of perpetuating a toxic environment and even facilitating the SA of a girl by Vlog Squad member, Dirty Dom. Over the span of his cancellation, tons of clips have resurfaced showing David being racist and homophobic. He's also made his friends do terrible stunts that have landed them in the hospital. Currently, tons of sponsors have dropped David, including SeatGeek, who helps him give away free cars to most of his friends. As well, his monetization has been stripped from his YouTube channel. In his last apology, he said he would be taking a few months off social media, and I guess only time will tell if he's welcomed back. In at number 9, James Charles. James Charles has had lingering backlash after he was exposed for sending lewd photos to his fan. And this was not the first time James has been accused of this. Fans estimate that it's his third time getting exposed for this kind of inappropriate conduct. James ended up addressing the backlash on his Twitter. However, people in the replies did not accept the explanation. Even though more accusers have come out against James, he hasn't addressed the backlash further. However, most of the comments on his post are asking him to address it another time and pledge to actually change his behavior. Currently, James is avoiding the backlash, hoping it will just go away, but it doesn't seem like his fans will let this one slide. In at number 8, Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom is not only cancelled, but there's a high chance that he could face jail time with what's come out about him. Multiple women have come forward with their stories of being harassed by Dom, with the focal point of the recent Insider article being how Dom forced himself on a girl named Hannah while she was intoxicated. Dom's career was starting to fall off ever since he stopped appearing in the vlogs regularly, and with these more recent allegations, I would be shocked if he ever comes back to YouTube. In at number 7, Jason Nash. Jason Nash is David Dobrik's right-hand man, and he appears in practically all of his content, from vlogs to their shared podcast. And that means that Jason has been a part of almost all of the controversial events that have taken place with David and the squad. The most controversial stunt that Jason has been a part of is the SA prank on Seth Francois. This prank is what really started the downfall of the entire crew. And if you need a quick refresher, basically David told Seth that he was going to be making out with Corinna Kopf, but Corinna needed to be in a face mask for some reason. Then after they had made out for an uncomfortably long amount of time, it was revealed that the person that Seth was kissing wasn't actually Corinna, but rather Jason. Many have called him out for partaking in the disgusting stunt, and it seems like he's going to be cancelled right along with David. In at number 6, Ryland Adams. Ryland Adams is engaged to disgraced YouTube star Shane Dawson, who was cancelled in 2020. And although Ryland got backlash because of Shane's scandals, he wasn't in a scandal of his own until 2021. This all started when Jeffree's hairstylist, Hair by Jay, said nasty things about Trisha on his live. As a result, Trisha lashed out, trashing Jeffree and Shane for associating with Jay. But since both of them were offline at that time, Ryland decided to respond on his podcast, The Sip, which was a terrible idea, because Trisha then lashed out at just Ryland, exposing all the reasons she thinks Ryland is a bad person. And it worked, with all of Trisha's fans flooding his podcast and video comments to express their anger over the feud. And it's so bad that months later, Ryland admitted that he still gets negative comments on his content. Halfway at number 5, Gabby DiMartino. YouTuber Gabby DiMartino was cancelled after it was exposed that she sold inappropriate photos on OnlyFans, which was essentially selling illegal content to people that expected it to be sexual in nature because of the nature of OnlyFans. And because of a leaked DM conversation, we know it was intended to be this way, with her saying in the conversation, quote, "won't put my panties on." The backlash for this one was swift, and she ended up addressing it all on her channel in a short video. After the scandal, she rebranded, but quickly changed back to her old, fancy aesthetic, with people wondering if the rebrand was only to take people's attention off of the scandal. In at number 4, the Dolan twins. So this one's a little different, because the twins chose to end their own YouTube careers by deciding to officially stop posting on their channel. They posted the announcement on their podcast, saying that they wanted to try other endeavors and are burnt out from producing YouTube content. They thanked their fans for supporting them and asked them to stick around to see what they do next. Since their announcement, they have posted sporadically on their Instagram accounts, so I guess we'll have to wait and see if they make a real return. But based on the comments, it seems their fans would love to have him back. In at number 3, Nikita Dragun. Over 2020 and into 2021, Nikita Dragun has made a lot of questionable decisions, and it seems like the internet has entirely turned on her. She's been called out many times for partying during COVID, as well as rarely wearing a mask when out in public. And if she was wearing a mask, it usually wasn't worn correctly. She also got called out for still supporting the Lopez brothers after their multiple scandals. There were also allegations coming out against Nikita that she was pursuing young men. When photos came out that she commented on her then boyfriend's photo, asking if he was 18 yet, which is a little creepy. In at number 2, Shane Dawson. So obviously Shane Dawson was on tons of these lists in 2020 when he was originally canceled, but it seems that his cancellation might last into 2021. Shane has been hinting that he'll be coming back to YouTube soon, but the reaction to this has been mixed. He recently posted to his community tab telling fans he'd be coming back soon and he's excited to make content again. But most of the top comments are just people telling him to not come back and saying that he isn't forgiven yet. Shane was also publicly dropped by one of his longest friends, Trisha Paytas, in 2021. So there's definitely going to be a lot of backlash when he does decide to come back. And finally at number 1, Cole Kerrigan. Cole Kerrigan is a YouTuber who's known for being in drama. His biggest scandal was in 2019 when he accused the Ace family's Austin McBroom of forcing himself on one of Cole's friends. But he's been in even more drama in 2021. He publicly stated that he hooked up with Kanye West while Kanye was married to Kim Kardashian, and he even received a lawsuit from Kanye's bodyguard after making these statements online. We haven't really heard much on it since, so many people think that he was just lying. He also recently accused Tana Mongeau of hacking and deleting multiple of his social media accounts. So it seems that he's even made enemies out of his former friends. So that's all for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this one below and let me know anyone that I missed. Now before I go, I'm going to shout out some comments from celebrities who tried to warn us about Jennifer Lawrence. One user said, "I really like Jennifer Lawrence. I think most of these things are just petty. I think she's a really good actor. Her personality in real life is that she's just a goofball. There are always people that aren't going to like you." That's a very good thing to remember. It's not like she's done anything actually bad for the most part. It's just sometimes she rubs people the wrong way. It's really not a crime. Then Michael Fleury said, "Never a fan and notice everything she's in seems like I'm better than everyone else here is." And after she commented about one film, quote, "Not exact, if you don't get it, then you know nothing." Yeah, I think because she got so much fame so quickly, she can seem a little entitled. I get what you're saying. Then AM said, "Jennifer's my favorite. Even if her personality is all an act, I love her." I mean, that really is the true thing. Most people don't even care if it is just kind of a persona or an act. They still like her regardless, and honestly, props to you. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see some more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I'll catch you all in the next one.